Okay.
The late inconsiderate type.
Okay, I figured
that was
as much.
the kind of bitch that you guys
Okay, I figured.
Let's just get that clear. Not all types of bitch, just the inconsiderate type.
Just one.
Just
Okay.
the one.
Okay.
I can take one.
So anyway, so but I wanted to look up because I've heard somewhere that and this is what I want to look up, that chemotherapy actually is only good for 1 to 2 different types of cancer, even though doctors, don't quote me on this, you guys, because like I said, I did not look this up. I'm going off of memory of what I heard someplace else, and I don't know. Okay, I don't know for a fact, but this is what I heard, that best to my recollection, that even though it's only good for 1 or 2 types of cancers, and most doctors know this, they recommend that you get chemotherapy for all the cancers, even though it's more harm than good for most cancers. Right. And so I believe Suzanne Summers knew this, because she's very into this type of thing.
Right.
So she said what she did was she got the lumpectomy, and then the rest of the way she treated it with natural, like she focused on her eating. And then she got these injections from, that are from Sweden because she's rich and privileged and she can get down like that. But there's some stuff that, it was.
Growth hormone?
Yes, it's actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has to do with stem cells and all that, which is like not even legal here. It's like not FDA approved here, but it is over there.
Right.
She
actually
that comes later on, but she did something else from Sweden though. I know some type of maintenance and stuff like that to make sure it doesn't come back, and like I said, focused on eating, all that stuff. And the doctors again, they were like, okay, do you want to, because that mass removed, it left like basically
a hole.
Basically, it was like she said, it was like she had a mastectomy. It was so big, like it left the other one so it was almost like it was not there. So the doctor's like, well, implant. She wasn't down with putting anything foreign in her body.
Right.
So she wasn't into that. And then they suggested something else, which was, I forget what it's called, but it's when they take the fat from like her belly or someplace else, and then they add that to the breast.
Yeah,
and she was
transfer.
Like, well, she was like, well, that's better. But I'm not really feeling that either. So from now, we'll just leave it as is, and we'll just rock like this until something better comes along.
Right.
So, and fast forward to 11 years, and this is why, to around current, this is why the story is in the
news again.
Right. Well, she finds out about a doctor, I believe he's in Europe, maybe Switzerland again. No, actually Japanese. A Japanese doctor who is giving Japanese women these injections with stem cells, right? And regrowing their own tissue.
Shut up!
Yes.
Like that idea.
So she's like, oh, I'm down with that. That's the one.
That's the one.
So she goes to this man. He takes some of her flesh, whatever, and they separate out the stem cells. They add it into her breast, and she said her breast literally grew back.
Wow.
Right?
That doesn't surprise me.
Is that deep or what?
That's the human body.
I'm like, ooh.
Right.
That's the human body.
So I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our bodies are designed to heal themselves, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and not to leave everybody hanging with the clickbait title. She basically she was saying that she feels like that might have happened to her so that she could be a spokesperson for, breast cancer awareness and that type of thing. When they kind of, the way they said it,
they
formed
it,
made
yeah.
it look
Right.
like, yeah.
Wow. That was a stretch.
That is a stretch. And they know.
They reached. That's why you can't remember her name.
But I was like, wow, I got to bring this to the crew. This is like, and I found this by accident when I was researching something else. And I just thought this was such an awesome story. And we've talked about stem cells here on the show before.
Yeah.
And
I'm here for that.
So awesome.
I just read somewhere that they grew an actual human heart out of it was probably stem cells and
right.
stuff.
I'm sure it was.
I don't remember where they did it, if it was here or overseas or somewhere, but they grew it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you telling me I'm not going to have to get a boob job? I can just get some stem cells. Do it have to already? You don't know. I'm going to have to ask. I'm going to have to do my own research. I'm interested.
Oh my God! I didn't even think about that.
I
You
know.
went there with the whole cosmetic angle, like, oh, let's
Right.
put stem cells in there and get natural boob
That's what I'm talking
enhancements. Like, oh my God!
Shoot. I'm like, do I already have to have a hole?
You
How
can
does this
have some
work?
of mine.
That's fine. All right, Ron, you at the top of the list.
Just because last week's episode was called DD's Triple D's, don't mean your ass got to go out there and try to really get some.
Y'all don't even know it took me like 30 minutes to find a picture. Like, let me see this one. Nah, them look like B cups. Let's keep going. So yeah, Ron, we have to put you on standby for those stem cells.
Okay.
Because hers gonna work.
Take all you want.
Yeah,
okay?
Rob's
I'm
is
trying
gonna
to get rid
work.
of them.
Hers is gonna work. No doubt. I'm gonna have them. My Triple D, they coming. Take me a little trip to Switzerland.
Okay.
Come back, we'll be all right. You gonna come too, Ron?
Japan, you
Right.
mean.
Oh, Japan, right. So, it don't matter.
Okay.
Wherever we
Somewhere,
find it. Right,
anywhere.
somewhere. They gonna have it. It's cool.
So, in other clickbait news,
Uh-oh.
because this is another story that had clickbait, and I think Pip suggested it. That's the only reason why I read it. But I was like, I hope this is a real story as well. And it is. It's another real story. But it says, man sues Elvis Presley's Graceland for hurting his marriage.
What?
Yeah. But really what happened...
Like, here we go.
What really happened
Here we
was-
go.
Right. But what happened was...
Right, we're going to have to change that. What really happened was...
Right.
Instead of what happened was...
What really happened was...
So this man and his daughter goes to Graceland, right? Graceland gets over 500,000 visitors a
Tourists,
year, right?
yeah.
Tourists, right? And they have like a guest house, hotel type thing where you can stay there.
Mm-hmm.
They were staying there, and I guess it was a false alarm because there was no fire, but the fire alarm goes off, and it was very loud, right? And they were trapped. They couldn't use the elevator, I guess, because of the
alarm.
Yeah, some alarms do that. Like they'll stop the
Elevator. Use the stairs. Duh.
Right. So, and they couldn't find. They said because of the walls were painted a deep red, they could not find a fire exit. So they were stuck there for 30 minutes with the alarm blaring. Right. When it's over, his head hurts or whatever. He goes to the hospital, and they say that he has tendinitis, which is that ringing of the ear. Most people have heard when a loud, like a gunshot or a loud firework or any really loud noise goes off, you'll hear that ring after. So tendinitis, that's what it is. It is the ring. And tendinitis in and of itself is not a disease or anything like that, but it's the symptom of something else. So possibly something was damaged in his eardrum or something like that. And then so I give him that one, right? But then he lists like all these other things about, you know how we always talk about the district attorneys and they stack up the charges with somebody, and then people when they sue, they do their version of that. Yeah, so he trumped it up. He's talking about how he's having problems having relations with his wife and all these other kind of things, whatever. But he's only asking for $75,000. So I don't think that's unreasonable.
No.
Even if just the one thing, even just the hearing thing is true.
Right.
I don't and they definitely have it.
Yeah.
They definitely have it, the Graceland estate.
They should pay him quietly and tell him to go shut up, sit down.
Right. But so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this was an actually legit story. The guy did try to trump up the charges a little bit, which that's what people do. I don't. But he didn't get greedy. I don't think. I don't think.
No, he wasn't greedy because I would ask for more.
I think most people
I would have too.
Yeah.
$75,000 for like partial hearing loss.
Yeah, whatever I'm saying it is.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that is a hazard. That is a hazard if you have your place, decorated in a way that you can't find an exit. That's
right.
That's a liability.
Yeah, that is a liability, actually. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And I was in the fire, so.
And why does, the fire alarm doesn't need to go on for 30 minutes?
No.
That's a long time.
Yeah. No, so it was probably a malfunction or something like that.
Right?
So,
So I feel like there's a certain amount of liability on their part.
I would have found them
he's
stairs.
Not being greedy.
That's just me, though.
But, what'd you say?
I said I would have found those stairs. That's just me. Me and my baby, we not about to burn down because y'all got this Auburn burgundy walls. No, I'm gonna live and I'm gonna cuss you out. What the fuck?
Well, they said they felt like, the walls, and they didn't smell any smoke. They didn't know nothing was warm.
They didn't believe it.
They didn't think they didn't. After a while, they was like, okay, there's probably a false alarm. It's probably which is a good thing since they were stuck there for 30 minutes. But probably they would have made more of an effort had they thought there was a real fire.
Mm-hmm.
But TD is all skeptical,
right? Already. Like, so they were trying to burn up. Okay.
But,
okay.
Man, y'all need to just really give this clickbait a rest.
A rest, please.
I hate clickbait.
Clickbait.
It is so
It's the
annoying.
worst.
It is so annoying. And you know who the worst culprits of it is? And I hate to say this because I love my people, but like,
she did pop the tongue too.
That's how you know it's real.
Right?
like what are the black blogs?
The
like,
Gossip Shade Room.
Yeah, like them and
Bossip and all
Bossip.
and it's just
I don't even
like
follow him
you
no more.
click on that and then it takes
Tea
you
in
to
the
all these
Shade.
weird advertising places, and then sometimes you never even get to the article because all these pop-ups. I stopped even going to them.
That's the part that I hate. It's like when you click on it, okay, you got me. I'm baited in. I clicked. Then I load up your bullshit page, and every time I try to scroll, an ad pops up right underneath my finger. Go figure.
Okay.
And I accidentally click on it, and now I'm on some other bullshit website.
And
fuck you. Fuck these advertisements.
And they make
Take me back.
the little X so little you can barely find it.
You can't even touch it.
And then when you click on it, it be off a little bit, and then you end up clicking on the damn advertisement.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh my God.
That's not.
And then what about
my
the
mistake.
one that's a story that's probably 400 or 500 words max, but it's spread over like 25 pages.
Oh yeah, you gotta click.
You got to click after every sentence to go
Oh, my God.
forward the next one, and then,
I'd be like,
That's the
I'm
worst.
not doing
they're
all that.
all bad. And then the thing that makes it even worse to me, that it was bad enough when the clickbait was just trash articles,
Right.
but now we see like legitimate
Shit
articles
that you want to read.
right, that is doing clickbait. So now you can't
Yeah.
just look at it as clickbait and just ignore. I mean, you could, but you
But
might
they
be
might
missing
miss
out
some
on
shit.
something.
Right, exactly.
On something good. Like
Exactly.
this Suzanne Summer story was great.
That was good.
And we almost missed it because it's clickbait. And
Right.
we almost just scroll right past it.
That's
Right.
funny. That's terrible.
Yeah. So, like, shame on you, fake-ass journalists.
Yeah. Internet bullshitters.
Right?
Give us the real shit and then let us decide if we like you or not.
Well, see,
Gotta be
this
bad.
clickbait is like headlines on steroids.
Yes.
Because like
Mhm.
in journalism, it's always been you pick sort of like a sensational type of
Always.
headline that's going to draw the person in, but
Mhm.
it's it used to be always still related to
Mhm.
And in
the
journalism
topic,
class, I rarely got best story, maybe once, twice, maybe. But I won best title a lot.
Oh wow.
A lot. I got best title a lot.
They was like, I know how to do it.
I could be a clickbait king if I wanted
If I
to.
really wanted
right.
to.
Okay.
You've been getting there, though. You've
But
been
it's a
coming
way
up with
to-
some good stuff.
To do it if you and still be legitimate
Right.
to the
Right.
story.
And
Right.
you know
You
how to
know.
do it? Put some fucking thought into your headline.
Right.
Stop just trying to come up with something catchy and you put some thought into it. Then you can come up with something good that has something to do with your story.
Right.
And that's legitimate and not just
Exactly.
trying to get people to click on your bullshit.
Right? Okay, this next story, you guys, I'm going to present it to you a little bit out of order. And I'm doing that for the sake of open-mindedness, for lack of a better word. Okay?
Okay.
So, okay, I'm going to tell you the motto of this organization and some of their top 7 beliefs. And then afterwards, we'll discuss what you think about these beliefs. And then I'll reveal to you what the organization is.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Okay?
He gonna trick us.
I ain't no trick. There is
Oh,
no
my
trick.
God.
There is no trick. Okay, now this is their motto, their mission statement. Okay? To encourage benevolent and empathy among, excuse me, start over. Mission statement is to encourage benevolence and empathy among all people. Okay, that's their mission statement. Now, their first tenet is one should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. Number 2, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. Number 3, one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Number 4, the freedoms of others should be respected.